I think we're going to listen to the scorecards. Now, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if these cards are a little funky. I think that Nick Ball on this undercard, one more fight before the main event of Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou, did enough to become the new WBC 122-pound champion. T-Street 126-pound champion. T-Street Controversy will fight for you 360. He's got a lot of moxie for a guy who's only about barely 5'2". Ray Vargas is listed at 5'7.5", but he's about 5'8", 5'9". That 126-pound division is kind of all over the place. Luis Alberto Lopez defeated this guy right here. I forgot how to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it. Last week, Rafael Espinoza got that upset win over Rabisa Ramirez. We don't know what's going on with that. He was knocking Ray Vargas around the ring the whole second half of the fight. Now, Ray Vargas was doing a lot of good boxing the first half. You know, a lot of moving, just basic boxing, jabbing, moving, using angles. But then after a while, he started slowing down, and the relentless, constant pressure of Nick Ball kept catching up with him. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm really interested to hear these cards. Do not be surprised if it goes to Ray Vargas, but I think that he did enough to win. Here's the cards, according to Barry Jones. He gave it 114, 112 for Ball, giving him a clean sweep from 7 on. It's a 12-round fight. 12-round fight. Or will it be a draw? Wait a minute. How many knockdowns was it? Was it 2 knockdowns? I don't remember. My bad. I had a phone call. I apologize, but I was watching the fight. All right, yeah, he's going to need that. He's going to need the help of the gods here. Let's turn it up and listen in. The longer they take to do these cards, that's usually a bad sign for the fighter that we think should win. So yeah, as I was saying, here's the division. You know, Ray Vargas, he's now signed with Matchroom, former PBC fighter. Of course, fighting Nick Ball. Ray Ford, also a Matchroom fighter who can possibly see against Ray Vargas or Nick Ball if they win. Is Nick Ball a Matchroom fighter? He's not. He's with a Frank Warren. I knew he was. He's with Frank Warren. We could see Ray Ford versus Nick Ball on that June 1st card. That's supposed to be headlined by Bertabiev Bivol with 5 fighters from Matchroom and 5 fighters from Frank Warren's Queensberry. That would be a unification. And it could possibly be a unification if one of these fighters ends up going to Top Rank or Queensberry, or you know, they go over to ESPN, or basically you can have a unification here. That could be an undisputed champion between all of the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO, because it's either Matchroom, Queensberry, or Top Rank. Let's listen in. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Massimo Badorovecchio scores it 114 to 112 in favor of Ray Vargas. Judge Jun Bei Lim scores it 116 to 110 in favor of Nick Ball. And Judge Ray Dancey.
I don't like that card.
113 to 113. This bout is a split draw.
That's why Frank Warren was looking like he was looking just a few moments ago. And you can hear the reaction of the crowd here. And they're not always given in this part of the world to reactions like that. But Ray Vargas hangs on to his title. We did just lead towards the possibility of controversy. And
I mean, to be fair, it's a fight I would want to see again. And depending on what you looked at, it was the tale of two halves of the fight. But I think that Nick Ball did enough to win. Now, they could just do this rematch on that Bertabiev Bivol June 1st card. They could just go that route. I think it's worth a rematch. I mean, of course, I think Nick Ball will win it, but will Ray Vargas entertain it? And he's been looking shady his last 3 fights. He ain't been looking, you know, too hot. You know? What is it now in his last 3? Let's listen in.
You heard the judges' scorecards there. One of them I thought very wide, but a draw with the 2 knockdowns that you had as well. Did you think you did enough to become the champion tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I had 2 knockdowns, and obviously I was putting the pressure on for the whole fight. That's what I felt, obviously, after watching it back. But yeah, I was the aggressor in the fight, so I thought I'd done enough to win it. Yeah. So.
It seemed at times as though every time you got close, the referee broke you up, not allowing you to do your work. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating, innit? But that's just the way it is. You can't get angry at it. You've got to stay focused and, you know, carry on doing the job. But yeah, it is frustrating.
Did you take any comfort in the fact that Ray Vargas is a very, very good featherweight, a very good boxer, 2-weight world champion? You showed now that you're at that level.
Yeah, I knew I was at that level. It's just getting the opportunity, innit? And to show it. And thanks to Frank, who got me, and Paul and Hans, who got me to this point in my career. You know, yeah, I've shown that, haven't I? So, but it's disappointing, really.
Let's hope we can get that fight on again. A man that can make that fight happen again is Frank. Frank, obviously, clearly disappointed. You obviously thought your man did enough to win that fight.
He won the fight. You know, I'm not going to. We're not crybabies. He won the fight. Listen to the crowd. Did he win it or did he not win it? Who won the fight? He won the fight.
The people won.
Frank,
and you know, I don't know what's going on. I just don't understand. How was that a split? He's had him down twice. He lost the early rounds, lost a few of the early rounds, but I'm telling you, he won that fight.
Before I bring Ray Vargas in, Frank, is there a possibility that we could get this on again?
I'm sure it will get. I think it'll get ordered by the WBC. I'm sure it will.
Frank, I know you're disappointed. Nick, congratulations on a fantastic fight. Well done. Hopefully we see it again. Let's get Ray Vargas in. Ray? Congratulations, Ray. You can hear the crowd's reaction. Did you think you did enough to retain your belt?
¿Crees que hiciste lo suficiente para poder retener tu título?
Por supuesto, venir a la casa de mi retador con toda su gente apoyándolo y haciendo cosas que no debe ser. Y aún así, empatando, creo que soy doblemente ganador.
Of course, I mean, coming all the way here in his backyard to fight him, I mean, that shows that I got character, that I got courage. I mean, even he got his people behind him, the crowd behind him.
The Saudis is the reason why he's here.
We got a draw,
the money.
That's a double victory.
It has been a long time since we've seen you in the ring. The last time was against Shaki Foster. That was a long time ago, February of 2023. Was that a problem, your fitness in the second half of the fight?
Vienes de una derrota, pero hace un año no has tenido actividad. ¿Crees que eso haya influido en tu desempeño esta noche?
Sí, por supuesto, un año inactivo y apenas saliendo una lesión. Creo que a todos también resta. Pero ese es el detrás de cámaras que la gente no lo sabe.
Definitely, yes. I mean, if it affects me, I mean, coming off a loss, no problem. But 1 year, no activity, obviously affects my performance. But even though I made a great fight, I got a draw, even though I didn't like the way they count the drops. But I'm here. It's good.
Final one. Nick Ball wants a fight again with you, a rematch. You heard Frank Warren, he wants a rematch. I think the crowd want a rematch. Will you give Nick Ball another opportunity?
Nick Ball quiere la revancha. La gente quiere la revancha. ¿Tú le darías la revancha? Sí, pero en México.
Sí, por supuesto. Para empezar, agradezco al CMB por el buen trabajo que se hace. También a la gente de Arabia que nos atendió y nos ha recibido muy cálidamente, principalmente.
Yes, of course. But first, I would like to thank WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, and I would like to thank His Excellency for putting up such a great show, bringing us, inviting us, and being part of it. I mean, that's the first thing I would like to do. And obviously, I would like to thank all the people that come to support me from Mexico City, that they are here.
Y por supuesto que le doy la revancha. Pero si vuelvo a venir, sé que vengo al cuarto, a la cama de mi contrincante con toda la ola encima. Pero si vuelvo a venir, voy a exigir una buena paga, al doble o el triple de lo que me están dando ahora, que sea justo.
Definitely, I will even come here to his backyard to fight him. No problem, I'm not afraid of that. But I mean, obviously, I need to the ground to be fair, you know, because the me wasn't fair this time. And if they pay me three times, 4 times more that I got this night, of course, we can fight tomorrow.
Let's not forget his backyard is Liverpool, not Saudi Arabia. But congratulations on the win, Rey Vargas, and for retaining your belt as well.
Would you like to say bye?
Quiero agradecer a toda la gente de Arabia, a los autoridades correspondientes, a los reyes, a los directivos por esta gran función.
I would like to say bye, goodbye to everyone. Thank you for everything, for your support. Thanks the people from Saudi. Thanks the authority, and thanks His Excellency for this show.
Congratulations, Rey Vargas, guys.
With all due respect to Frank Warren, who is obviously frustrated, to those who are maybe watching boxing, you know, we got a big crowd here that maybe hasn't seen a lot of boxing.
Did he just tell the Saudis, yeah, you want me to rematch? Give me 3-4 times what I made tonight and we do it again. Yo, you don't do that to the Saudis. You take what the Saudis give you, Rey Vargas. I think you lost the fight. I'm not going to call it a robbery, though, but I think you lost the fight. Those 2 knockdowns. And Nick Ball took over the second half of the fight, but he don't want that smoke no more. Clearly he don't. Clearly he don't, but he been real shaky his last 3 fights. You know, 2 what? Split draws. You know, loss. No, split draw, a defeat, and he didn't look good in a recent fight. However, Nick Ball do lunge in, and he can be a headbutt threat. But that's how he's got to get in to be able to work against a guy like Rey Vargas with that height. With that being said, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. On to one of the biggest fights of the night. Zhilei Zhang versus Joe Parker.